Girlfriend, can we talk? I really thought, and I'll be honest, I really thought it couldn't get any worse. I'm serious. And every week, today, I am floored with the behavior that we see in this community. Today's video is, in a word, why. There is so much why that goes through my mind, and I'm usually sitting here and I'm always critical, but I'm humorous. But I can't be humorous today because I'm genuinely, and I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand how we can treat others like this. I genuinely don't get it. And for anybody that is a part of an MLM that would see this video and be like, well, Margaret, I mean, you're not being nice since you're putting them on this platform. No. I'm talking about the business model, and I'm talking about the way they treat the people in this business model and prospective customers. I want to understand the behavior behind this. Girl, what I'm about to show you, I'm not ready to see again. Like, I don't want to see it again. Make sure to subscribe if you like the content, though. All right, we're already starting off with a trigger warning, all right? This one is talking about how she came from a very troubled past. She hints at suicide, and then she talks about how Beachbody saved her. And by the way, this person is a medical professional. She says, depressed, suicidal, overworked, and burnt out at the bedside, and I thought I wasn't worthy of living anymore. But then I said yes. I literally had the exact amount it costed to sign up in my bank account, and I used it all. I tell this story, a 9mm gun, and thinking it was it for me. The woman I was 4.5 years ago, I'm so grateful for. I shared with my patients, my mentorship, my tribe, and now with you. Maybe you aren't there in a dark place, or maybe you are. Maybe you just need community and motivation and support. I love being a doctor, nurse practitioner. I love healing tiny humans, but clearly I'm home. Nothing is guaranteed. This gave me a gift. This home, $100,000 in debt, paid off. The girls having all they need, and because of that, yes. My cap is $140,000 in my career. Last week, in 1 week's time, working 1 to 2 hours a day, I swear I'm a busy mom, I surpassed my doctor, nurse practitioner income. Holy shit, I didn't realize it was possible. I made it in 1 week what I would make as a nurse practitioner in 2 weeks. Layers. Let's work through this. So let's start off with numero uno. Pull out your A&P, girl. We're about to dissect this. Depressed, suicidal, and overworked. Okay, that is the perfect thing to say right now when everybody is stuck in the house and they're depressed, and a lot of people going through some really dark times right now. So you say that so you would connect with somebody that is also in a mental state like that, which is disgusting in itself, because why on earth would you, as somebody that is or has been in a depressive state, prey on somebody that is currently in that state and wants to do anything to get out of it? And I would really be upset to know that someone damaged saw this and then ended up joining the MLM. You ever been mentally distressed and on top of that had to pay bills? Girl. She moves on to say, then I said yes. I literally had the exact amount it costed to sign up in my bank account, and I used it all. There is nothing wrong with taking a leap of faith, but I would not tell anybody to exhaust their savings on something they don't really know much about. Anybody could give you a dream story. I do really good creative writing. I could sit up here and tell you a great fictional story, and you might believe me. You cannot, you should not ever employ somebody to think that that is appropriate behavior. Never exhaust your savings on something you don't know much about. If you are somebody and you don't know what anti-MLM or even MLM is, I highly invite you to take the time to look through anti-MLM videos just to see the infrastructure of how they bait and reel in people. Girl, and do not exhaust your savings when there's a literal pandemic right now and you got bills. I tell this story, 9mm gun, thinking it was it for me. Imagine having to bait with your story. Imagine having to exemplify you with a gun just to get someone to pay for a starter kit. When you buy that starter kit, my friend, you don't make any money off that. You get a few crappy products, you don't make any money off that, but they do. Think about that for a minute. You are literally signing up to make the rich richer, all because you fall for stories like this. I'm not saying it's not factual, but the timing is terrible. And the reason it's being put out there is not solid, in my humble opinion. The woman I was 4.5 years ago, I'm so grateful for. I shared with my patients, my mentorship, my tribe, and now with you. Okay, wait a minute. Patients. People that are trusting you with their medical needs, with their bodies, with their anatomy and their physiology. They're trusting you because you went to school. You're really great at what you do. You have your degrees and you share your MLM with them. Someone please tell me if that's legal or not, because I don't know. But that to me, I wouldn't be a happy patient of this person sitting there being like, okay, well, I'm not really interested in Beachbody. Can I just get my steroid shot and bounce? Like, I love being a doctor of nurse practitioning and I love healing tiny humans, but clearly I'm home and nothing is guaranteed. I can't argue with that. Nothing is guaranteed in your home, okay? This gave me a gift. This home, $100,000 in debt paid off. The girls having all they need because of that yes. Girl, let's talk about that yes. So when someone is soliciting you to be a part of an MLM, a lot of times you'll see those posts that'll be like, all I did was say yes to the opportunity and now I'm sitting here with this and now I'm sitting here with that. And it sounds simplistic. Just say yes and these things will come to you over a span of some easy work. All you do is work from your phone. It sounds so simple and easy, right? You ever heard that phrase, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is? Yeah, it probably is, because once you get into these businesses, you notice what, my friend? You notice it's really not that simple to get those bonuses and everything that they're talking about, right? You have to send all these cold messages. You have to basically get blocked on Facebook and Instagram because you're sending out so much regurgitated bullshit, right? You have to do these stupid team calls to have these uplines bitch at you because you're not working hard enough for them. You paid that starter kit and you're not even receiving any of that money back and you're getting yelled at all day long. But please tell me again how this is so easy and how everything has just worked out so grand for you. Yeah, it probably worked out grand for you because you're probably an early person in the business. It worked out grand for you because you have all these people below you working for you. 100K paid off because other people below you had to overexert yourself so you can receive those funds. The percentages work better for you than they do for the people that you're trying to recruit. All in all, that dream is not theirs. But congratulations, right? This one, it's so fake. It's so fake, girl. This is the only kind of humorous one I do have in the bunch because we can't just be sitting here wallowing and getting angry the whole freaking time. This is gonna make you mad too. I take that back. This is gonna make you mad too. Just listen.
I am so sorry that you guys are doing with your jobs that you've lost. Like, I'm able to seriously say yes to an opportunity that literally today I don't have to stress about not going to a job and to not making money. Like, this is the money that I get to make because I made a decision to say yes. So watch this clip.
But I don't have to work. I can stay home because I said yes.
Girl, the fakeness. Girl. There is nothing wrong with being grateful for what you have, but please understand why you have what you have. You have what you have because your downline's putting in a lot of work to grant you the life that you're talking about that you're so blessed to have amidst a pandemic where everyone else has lost their jobs. The choice of words that were used were really strange. Like the fake empathy, like, I'm so sorry that you lost your job. No. I wish they would just be straight up with it. Be like, look, yeah, you lost your job, but I need more people on my downline, okay? Ka-ching, ka-ching for me. What is wrong with just being honest about it? You don't have to sit up here and fake cry just so people can join your team. Girl, don't sit up in here and cry and act like you care about the millions upon millions of people that have lost work. Don't sit up here and act like you care about them when they're the ones that are really struggling to feed their families and struggling to find jobs and can't even get unemployment because they're so stuck. Don't do that, dude. What is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? You don't give a shit. Just say it, girl. Next time, just be honest about it. The business is made on recruiting people. It's not about those, this is a Monet person, by the way. It's not about those damn shampoos. The shampoos are just icing on the cake. The money comes from the recruitment. So you seriously think she's sitting up there crying because she cares about you? This one was sent to me by a beautiful follower of mine. And what the fuck. If I was the boss, this person would be immediately terminated. Immediately. Hey girl, so after getting into your anti-MLM videos, I realized I have an example of someone pretending to be concerned about me just to pitch their MLM business to me. This woman is a receptionist at my therapist's office, and mind you, I never personally gave this woman my number. So I'm guessing she took my number from my medical chart or something, which is unethical and such a violation of my privacy. I'm not going to show the messages because it is showing someone's sensitive medical information. I don't feel comfortable doing that. But this person works at her therapist's office, and she did not give her the personal number like she said. So how else would she get the girl's number? If someone doesn't personally give you their number, where else would you look for it? If you work in an office environment, right? Their personal information, their medical chart. Girl, she went through this girl's medical chart to get her number to pitch her MLM. Fired, hammer, boom, 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 on the spot. No, there's so many violations with that. We'd sit here and go through the codes. Girlfriend, no. Like, how deep does your desperation have to go? Like, how sick do you have to be? You go through someone's medical chart to solicit them for a scheme. I'd have a lot to talk about in therapy that day. Oh, no. No, ma'am. You still there, girl? Back to our beach body friend.
What? I jumped on it. I didn't hesitate. I jumped on it. The opportunity is here right now. The climate is perfect for what we do.
The climate is perfect for what we do. Girlfriend, what's wrong with that? Pop quiz, what's going on right now in the world? What's going on right now? Raise your hands if you know. Pandemic. Pandemic. We have to deal with that right now. All of us, all over the world, are dealing with that right now. And with that, you got your annoying ass kids in the house. You got a job that you can't even go to. If you even have a job right now, you might be unemployed. Okay, you got your savings that you're probably dwindling down really low because no income might be coming in. But the climate is perfect because you're at home. You're at home and you're probably struggling like almost everybody else. How is the climate perfect?
The support. Well, is perfect for what we do. We are helping people. We have the community. We have the support. We have the financial opportunity.
Financial opportunity for them.
That is what everybody needs right now. I invite you to take a look. I invite you to open your eyes to an opportunity that can make such a huge shift, not only in your finances, but in your life, in who you are, like it did for me. So will you take a look? I invite you. I can send you a short video.
Okay, I have a question. So let's say the MLM structure was not based on recruiting. Let's say it was actually just based on products, and if you recruit people, that's cool, but you didn't really make any money off that. Let's say it was just solely about the products. Do you still think the MLM structure would be what it is now, or do you think it would have died down a long time ago? I personally think it would have died out a long time ago. What do you think? That just popped in my mind. What do you think about that?
It's a huge waste of your time if you're an anti-MLMer. In general, that's a huge waste of your time. If you're spending the bulk of your time on hating on other people or bringing them down, like, I don't have a lot of them, but I've heard, well, I'm sure I have a lot of them, but I've blocked them all and they're not in my world. They're probably all over the blog still about me, but I don't give a fuck. But I've seen a lot of my friends, like haters coming out of the woodwork right now because they're just stuck at home with COVID situation. So anyway, just, you know, there's people dying in the world. There's like hunger and disease and heartbreaking things happening. I can tell you what isn't heartbreaking: multi-level marketing.
I don't know what other channels do. I'm not going to attack her personally. Let's talk about something about the anti-MLM movement, okay? Is this a waste of time? The answer to that is honestly no, and let me explain to you why. It's not a waste of time because a lot of us that are in this community are the ones that suffered at the hands of these business structures. We've seen firsthand what it's like to be yelled at by our upline when we're not working hard enough because the money that was promised to us simply was not ours. You go by the actual MLM structure, it will show you that, like I always say, you have your dirt level, you have your medium people, and then you have your top dogs, okay? I'm going to assume that she's a top dog. And the top dogs bark the loudest. And sometimes it's really freaking hard to hear people yell at you all day long about how you're at the least percentage and you're not moving and your stuff is not showing up. I don't have an issue with hard work. I have an issue when hard work does not work for me. I have an issue when you put in all the funds and the time to annoy people and send those messages and all that kind of stuff when you're, when you're submissive to it. I have an issue when you put in all that work and then you don't see traction. You just end up losing family members. Your friends block you online and you don't even receive any money because you can't even recruit people. That is what the anti-MLM movement is fighting. Personal attacks? I don't know you. I really hope outside of this business structure that hurts so many people, you're a great person. I genuinely do mean that. But don't be upset with the anti-MLM movement because more people are starting to see that these businesses do not work for everybody. Like they say anybody could do it. That's not true. Like they say, oh, all you have to do is just this, and then you get an extra $300 a month. And then when you sign up, you learn you have personal volume, inventory to take in, sending regurgitated messages, sending emails, video calls, team calls. You didn't know any of that before you enlisted in this. And now you enlist and you see that that's not what you want and you're the bad guy. The anti-MLMers, the bad person. That's not how that works. That lower bracketeer, they help you the most unbeknownst to them. And they're the ones that become sheep unknowingly. And that's the part that pisses me off, and that's why I make these videos. All right, girl. If you were mad before, I'm about to rev you up. And I want somebody to defend this in the comments, just so we can have a discussion, because your mama didn't raise you right, period. So the beautiful Kylie Dennison, love her so much, she put out a video exposing a team call. So in this team call, you see this really barbaric upline leader that claims to make 7 figures. You see her, and by the way, they shouldn't be making financial claims, but whatever. I'm sure she literally doesn't give a fuck. Like, I was just seething watching this. Oh, I gotta get myself together. So she's showing how this woman is speaking to the new people on the downline. And the whole thing was just so incredibly disgusting. There was this one part. I had to walk out and tell my husband what I saw because I had to make sure that I was mentally correct. You ready? Full video will be linked down below, but girl, oh girl.
First of all, someone that has cancer, guys, like, I don't have cancer, but I have chronic illness, and this has helped my health. I know that FDA doesn't claim it, I don't care. This has helped my health significantly. So guys, this can help people, and if someone has cancer, be kind, but also still invite them.
But here's the thing. She has cancer, and that alone is why she needs to be doing this. That alone. That's, like, guys, so much stuff is related to the way we're eating. Like, if you didn't hear Carl and Isabel talk about it on stage, about how we're exposed to all kinds of bullshit by walking outside. Like, inhaling this and things in our skin and in our mind and our body and all these rays of this and UV and all this shit. The reason she needs this is because she has cancer.
I really hope the FTC saw that. I'm not even gonna get into a personal tangent with that because we can all take that personally, because I know we all know someone that has had cancer or a chronic illness. It is something that is unfortunately prevalent in our society. And look. If you're gonna prey on people, leave the chronically ill alone. Leave people that are sick alone. You're not even a doctor, girlfriend. You cannot, aside from the MLM, as a regular individual, you cannot ever make medical claims and say, this is why you need to be a part of this, because all the stuff that you're exposed to is probably why you're sick. You cannot say that. You don't know that. You're not an oncologist. You don't have that backing behind you to say something like that. And why the hell would you ever ask someone who probably has insurmountable amount of debt, because chemo ain't cheap, why would you ever want them to be a part of a business that's going to keep them suppressed? They're already sick and possibly dying. What the hell goes through your mind to think that they are a target audience? There are varying studies whether or not supplements and organic stuff even work effectively for people with cancer. I can't say that. But guess what? I'm not a medical professional. okay? I was a medical manager, but I damn sure would never put myself in that position, even having working in conjunction with the medical field, to say something like that, okay? I would never think my balls are big enough to say something like that. And girlfriend, you got big balls. I ain't gonna lie. The whole time talking to this team call, I was sitting there and literally my whole body was just twitching. I could not believe what I was hearing. How on earth do you do that? And if anybody agrees with her, please, I gotta hear from you. You have to talk to me in the comments, because I don't understand that. We have medical professionals for a reason. We have medicine for a reason. Please, if you're chronically ill, do not join an MLM. Just block them. Please. They don't care about your illness. They care about profiting off you. And that's just the fact. That's just the tea. In this call, she even admitted to, I don't care if you have to lie about shit, okay? So there you go. They don't view you as special because you have an illness and they want to help with your illness. They view you as dollar signs in their account. Period. Girl, take a breath. Take a breath with me, girl. I think it's safe to say that that's enough for today. Yeah, I know your blood pressure's rising because I literally feel my pulse in my hand right now. I want to remind you all that you are special, you matter, and don't fall for the hype. Don't fall for the scheme. Don't pay anybody to start your business. But yeah, that's it for today. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. You can follow me on Instagram at MargaretAngelXO. I'd really love if you subscribed and became a part of the family. Make sure to like the video, and I will see you next time. Peace. Girl told me that she doesn't like when I do peace at the end. Thing is, I didn't ask her opinion.